OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the OR-Forge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
You guys are good.
Episode 51.
You guys are
Do you know what that means, guys?
51?
Episode 51. That means one more week.
For a whole
one
year.
more week to our year anniversary of the WARRIORE HOUR.
Can I share something with you guys on how we should celebrate?
Sure, why not?
Hasbro Pulse has something.
Oh, jeez.
The selfie, get your custom action figure made that Nick was so generous to let us know about. You can have a custom action figure made in your likeness. As far as I know, it's G.I. Joe, He-Man, Star Wars, Transformers. Did you not see it?
It depends. I tried it. I'm not that happy with it. Hasbro. If you're listening to here, Hasbro, which I guess you are because of the millions and billions watching us now and the trillions watching us later, I know Hasbro is one of them. Some exec at Hasbro. It didn't look like me at all. I'm very upset. I'm going to try taking
really
another.
Like you. It really didn't.
It didn't, right?
It kind of just looked like a flat, like if you ran your face on like a photocopy machine like that.
Oh, no. I tried it. I tried myself on Iron Man. I tried myself on Black Panther. I don't know. I'll try it again. Maybe, and maybe the lighting's bad. I don't know. But anyway, enough about Hasbro, bro. This is about the WARRIORE HOUR.
The Worry, bro.
Episode 51. Thank you so much. We have special guests. We have special guests today from SINN Studio. I was watching their VR on the YouTubes, on the tubes used. Pretty cool swordsman VR.
I think Nick's gonna get it. He wanted to know.
It's pretty cool. So they're from SINN Studios. They make some VR games. Definitely excited to have them on. Woo! Man, it's been a while. Sorry I wasn't here last week.
Hey,
things happen. Had to do some life stuff. And I was in Jersey. Ugh.
Jersey.
I hate going there.
Really? You done with Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, Jersey's cool and all, but man, it's just, and I know there's a lot of people everywhere, but I feel like there's a ton more people in Jersey. I feel like it's so condensed and
yeah. Jersey's
great
big.
place to visit.
Wait to see Chicago.
Oh, I mean, I'll probably love Chicago. I think I like any place, but Jersey.
Yeah, it's congested.
Yeah. Going to Asheville for Thanksgiving. Asheville, North Kakalaka.
Carolina.
So should be nice. Apparently, it's a thing. My wife and daughter really want to go. We're going to drive up there, see what it's like in Asheville.
Is there supposed to be something special there?
Like cold weather and mountains.
Lovely.
You know, because Florida is just flat and
Midwest
and hot. So and we got a hurricane coming in. It's actually raining right now. I don't know if you
hold on for dear life.
I know for you guys from Chicago know about the hurricanes that come in. It's only Category 1, so we'll probably be outside drinking our cortaditos. Little Cuban coffees while we're watching this hurricane come through. That's what we do here.
Sounds like you're roughing it.
Yeah, unless it's a 5, we kind of like, yeah, like you know, maybe I threw instead of lugging the backyard furniture into the garage, I just threw it in the pool. It's just easier. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, lift it from the pool, hurricane, throw it against my window. Let's see you do that.
Just try it.
So, just try it. So yeah, it was lazy, but that's what you have the pool cleaner for, to clean up all the guck that the furniture leaves.
At least you weren't in New Jersey.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, what we got going on?
Hold on. Oh, sure. Your background, is that Commodore 64? Is that?
Why, yes.
Wow.
It's where I first played. Other than an Atari, it's where I first played some video games.
Of course.
Sure. Since the topic is VR games, video games, and that, do you guys remember Texas Instrument? I had one.
My TI-81.
Texas Instrument made a lot of things like calculators, watches.
Yep.
I only know.
It was a gaming system. Came with
Shut up.
Wampus Hunt. Yeah, Wampus Hunt, Jawbreaker, all kinds of stuff. It was very similar to the Commodore 64. Had the keypad.
No way.
Yeah.
I only knew of it as my TI-81 or TI-85.
Look at you sounding all sophisticated.
That was the calculator. We needed it in high school. They made us buy it. So stupid.
Sin costs a 10.
Yeah, I still don't know what those mean.
Never.
All I know is that a friend of mine programmed Space Invaders on it. So I was like, "Ooh, pre-algebra, algebra. I'm good. I'm
fancy,
good."
Fancy.
Pew 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 die. Pew pew die.
My first gaming system was like in television or something like that, or Coleco. I think it might have been in television.
ColecoVision?
Then I got ColecoVision.
Oh,
ColecoVision had the pad, right, where you turn the.
And television had the pad where you turned it.
And then it had the numbers. It had a little keypad too.
ColecoVision was more of a push thing and with a button. Oh no, it did have it. Did no, you're right. It had a keypad.
Had like a
too.
number pad.
But yeah, it did. But it was more instead of a turn like in television. In television, one turned too. This one was more push to the side,
really?
up and down. Yeah, it was really cool. But it did have a number pad on it, you're right? Because that's how we play poker.
Ooh, look at you playing poker at 4.
Jim he doesn't mess around.
My dad had it. It was fun. They would get. My parents would party and play it.
Yeah. Party and play. ColecoVision. Jeez. Man.
And then my mom played my Nintendo too when I wasn't around. I'd sneak her in there and catch her playing my Nintendo. I was like,
oh, little Super Mario Brothers, little Super Mario Kart right there.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's funny.
Power up. Power up. Yeah, in the
Good
mushroom.
old days. Take me back. Take me back.
That is true. That is true. Oh man.
The boys should be on in a little bit, man. Let's talk about how about that staking though? Did you guys check?
Oh yeah.
Lately?
I haven't checked. I gotta check
be
the
almost
stake.
done. You gotta check your stakes now. Come on.
I know. Shoot. If you got and what are the stakes for, Jimmy?
Oh, if you're holding on to some more token, if you're sitting there holding it, you ain't got nothing going on with it, right? It's just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
I mean, why not stick it in stakes and let it sit there? See what happens.
Stick it in stakes.
Hold on to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at it right now.
Don't piss and moan. Just hold on to it and stick it in the stakes. Do something.
Maybe
with
gain a quarter. Gain 20. Where else are you gonna earn 25%? You ain't getting that at the bank.
No, you're not.
Nope.
Hell no.
Found a place that earns 3%. That ain't bad. Better than point whatever. Point one.
I think you need that Texas Instrument calculator, man. Let's start doing the math.
If you do need some ore token because it's ridiculously cheap right now, you could always
pop
over to the site too and purchase some ore token. But you might want to do it with PayPal and get about $500 worth, and we'll send you a free crypto hard wallet from Cool Wallet or branded.
We're actually shipped out
branded Cool Wallet.
I've shipped a couple of these out. They're going, so that's good. People they're using them, and this should be working with our new app wallet too.
Ooh, that's right. I was about to say it's Is it? Oh, I forgot. Did I?
We're gonna let.
Right?
He did update it, and it looks really good, and it's all fixed, and everything's back in order.
Yeah.
The app is really cool. It's really smooth.
I'm checking it out.
He did a great job. Make sure you guys give him your input, though. If you see anything goofy or anything, let him know.
Yeah, it only makes us better.
Oh yeah.
Telling us what they're noticing. What are you doing?
Went down a little bit today, so we might as well purchase some.
Oh, did it? Oh, boo. Boo to you guys. Because remember, this is a community token.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody bought a token. It did good. Then the community just wanted to sell it for some reason.
I know. How dare they? Oh, who sold today? Come on, man. Who's? Let's check it out. How many hold? We still got 24,828 addresses.
I know.
We still got that many hodlers.
It's always like one or two. That's it. People are holding on. It's moving.
I know. Oh shoot!
Whatever.
Have we been talking that long? We got someone from. Okay, we're ready. We are ready to have. All right, let's view them. Let's let them all. All right.
clean and tidy. How are you guys? As we got Alec and we got our Almir. That's
Almir.
right.
Yes, we do. Exactly.
The boys are from SINN Studios. Yes, VR gaming company.
Yes, and I was just letting them know, gentlemen, that I was on YouTube a couple of minutes ago, right before we started the show, and I was watching the Swordsman VR. It was pretty cool, and then all of a sudden, some guy's head got chopped off. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
There's some wild stuff out there.
I know there is. Definitely. I wish I had a VR that I could try it, but
I don't.
Anyway,
either.
well,
I really want to try it too. I really want to. I want to go to somebody's house and be like, "Let's try this game."
yeah. But thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Really appreciate your time. I know your time is valuable. So again, the time you're spending with us, we do value. So where are you guys working out of these days? Where are you based out of?
We're usually out of Toronto. So I'm in Toronto now, ish.
Yes.
The nearby area. There's a bunch of people from our team that are kind of scattered throughout the U.S. and some of Europe. Almir right now, you know, you could speak on this, but he's not actually local at the moment anymore.
I'm typically in Toronto, but I am currently in Istanbul, Turkey.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You just woke up for this, then, didn't you?
Yeah.
Specific. Well, I just stayed up. I'm typically on a 24-hour schedule, so but if my internet does get a little spotty, that's the reason.
We understand.
So I'm hoping it will.
Oh, Toronto. Oh man, I have some family there, and I went to that. There's like a C&E festival or something like that.
Yeah.
And and James and Eric, they have these street hot dogs, right? That are huge. And and my favorite, the only thing I love on these hot dogs is corn. Like I've never put corn on my hot dog.
Corn,
But they put corn on there.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I've
Dude,
been
next time you guys are around, hit me up. I'll get you in a VR headset.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good
Definitely.
idea.
I don't know why.
Where are you guys at right now?
Chicago.
Chicago, nice.
I'm in Florida.
Eric's in Chicago too.
Yeah,
sir.
But
I'm
he's
near
actually right now.
Miami. So when you guys come to
nice.
if you want to visit someone from the OR system, you come to Miami. You don't want to go to Chicago.
Gotcha.
You got the cold in Toronto.
Yeah, I got
I've been to Chicago once, and it was for New Year's, and it was brutally cold, but it was a great city.
I like the cold, man. I want to get that Chicago cold.
Oh, okay.
How did you guys like assemble your team? How did the team get together? Like, how did you two meet? And then, I mean, obviously in Toronto, I would assume now, but and then how did you pick out all the guys that you knew you wanted to work with you on this project?
Oh man, we met in like the 7th grade, I think. Almir and I.
Wow!
Yeah, we were
Nice.
kids
That's cool.
in school. Yeah, we stayed friends over the years. Like we went to high school together. We stayed friends after high school, and then I don't know, 2017, Almir and I got together with one of our other friends, and I was just telling them about VR. We were kind of messing around. There's videos of you guys playing VR and freaking out, and yeah, I mean that's kind of how we know each other. The whole company starting, that's a whole other thing we can get into. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
And then are you two the founders? Would you say you two are the founders? Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So then the other guys you got scattered about the U.S. you said or whatnot, those are just people that you just picked up along the way, just friends, like kind of like we're all scattered across the U.S. too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Our team. Well, we have one more co-founder, Anas, who's also a childhood friend of ours from middle school.
Wow.
But our team is scattered from. We've got team members in Europe. We've got team members in the U.S. and Canada. Which, I mean, with all those time zones, it gets to be a lot. But we're making it work.
We're at one.
No.
These are people that after Swordsman launched, we were able to bring onto the team like one by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very talented people. Really cool stuff going on.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just to shed some light on how we started, obviously it's you need money to start a company, and we actually didn't raise any money initially. It was all personal funds. We had used personal funds and personal debt, and we built the company that way. That way we could build much faster. We could iterate, because what I've seen a lot of companies do is they'll build out an MVP and then they'll raise, and we just wanted to build at that point. we weren't that excited about raising. We're like, we'll just build. It might take a little bit more risk on our end, but we were so ready to build that we just decided to use personal funds and debt. And for a while, it didn't look like the right choice, but looking back now, I think it was the right choice.
Yeah, you guys are here. You guys are here. What would be the game? What would be like the game that got you guys into video games, or what was the game that got you hooked on video games originally?
Oh wow, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, I've been playing games since like
I can remember
Super Nintendo or like even Atari. Like that's a hard thing to. I don't even have like I was not even conscious before video. I don't remember a time when video games weren't a part of my life.
You got a good point there. You got a good point there.
Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys have like a specific? And
I was gonna say like for me like the original Mario Brothers, but then when I think about it, I had like ColecoVision before that, and my favorite game in that was called Venture, and it was really like basic as hell, but it was my favorite game. It had the coolest music, you know what I mean? And it was I think that was the game for me.
Was there a VR game that you guys like? What the first VR game you played that was like, all right, this is it. This is the direction we want to go. This is exciting. Was it?
Yeah.
Would that might be a little
right. No. That's a very good question, and that was kind of what I was going to touch on. Is I got really into gaming after trying VR. Alec had actually invited me over. He had the whole setup, and we actually played a game called Diner Duo, and it was about you were a chef within the kitchen, and you had to prepare orders as they came in. And I mean, I had played these simulators before, but this one just felt like I was, to some extent, the chef, and you had to manage the restaurant. And there's certain times where you'd be so into the game that you'd forget that it was even a game. And at that point, I remember I was chatting about it after, and we were thinking like, man, this is how it should feel. It shouldn't be on a 2D surface. It should be this immersive. And I think that was like the first conversation that we had that kind of led to the possibilities of us going into VR. So that was the first VR gaming experience that stood up to me.
My thing was, I don't know if you guys ever tried the Lab from Valve. Like when the HTC Vive came out, like early in the VR days, like Valve did their own thing. And it was kind of like a prototype. It wasn't really like a fleshed out game or anything. They had like 5-6 mini games inside. But I mean, they worked on the headset. And so they really polished up that VR experience. Like it was one of the first things that I did properly in VR. And jumping into like a really polished experience made by Valve, it really set a standard, and it really showed me, VR in a light that I wouldn't have seen if I just played like little games or tech demos that some random guy made or something. Sure. So really, it just blew my mind, and even to this day, it holds up, man. That demo is really solid.
So, and you guys,
go ahead,
Armando.
Oh no, I was going to say. So, you guys played video games. You guys started, then you started getting into VR games. But how do you take all of that and say, why don't we make one? How do you? Well, I guess what our listeners always like to understand is how do you just take all these thoughts and just things that you enjoyed, and how do you turn it into a business? How did you say, okay, well, I'm gonna who codes this stuff? How did you even get into that? So did you guys major in that in school, or how did that happen?
So it's an interesting set of events. I studied film in school, so it's not really related. It has helped, but it's not really related.
Storyline maybe.
Some things like that. But for me, like obviously a love for video games has always been there. And over years and years kind of growing up, I got a lot into 3D stuff, VFX. Like when I did film school, I would always kind of do some VFX in my projects and stuff like that. Eventually, I started doing work as a 3D generalist. And then when VR started to kind of be a thing, I started doing work as a VR generalist. But at the time, it was mostly like stitching 360 videos together for concerts and events and stuff like that, short films. It wasn't interactive. It wasn't games. And then eventually, like 2016, 2017, just before Almir and I kind of met and this whole thing started, I was thinking, I mean, I've always wanted to make games. It just felt out of reach. It's like, where do you even begin with something like that? But because VR was so new, it was like everybody's kind of doing this for the first time. Everybody's kind of learning this for the first time. If I'm gonna do video games, this is like the perfect time to do it. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel or learn what people have spent decades mastering. I can kind of be at the forefront with everybody, kind of making the mistakes and doing all the things. Now, I didn't have any programming experience, so that's where it kind of gets rocky. But I met up with Almir and Nas. I actually spent a little bit of time trying to find investors because I couldn't put enough of my own money down to do the whole thing. And then Almir and I and Anas were hanging out one day. We were playing VR, whatever. And I was telling him about that, like that I was trying to get money to do this thing. And they were just kind of like, yo, why don't we do it? Why don't we invest? Because they obviously saw the potential. They obviously had a lot of fun with VR. And you know, they took that leap of faith and we just gave it our all. It was a leap of faith for all of us, but
absolutely. How could it not be the future too? I mean, it's so
that's
obvious.
The thing. Yeah.
It's obvious. So do you guys, like the two of you guys, do you have any other like ventures you do, or do you guys work, or does a company or yourselves work on anything other than VR games right now?
No. We
you guys are all focused 100% on this right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was involved in prior ventures before SINN Studio. I've started other startups before, but I mean, we've had such exponential growth the last few years. We just doubled down and we focused, and we're trying to really establish ourselves as one of the industry leaders. While we do focus on other emerging techs that are coming out in the space, but we're more so in the space, but we're looking more so as them as the additions to VR and not separate projects aside from VR.
Right. So the SINN Studio wouldn't have like a plans of making a game that is not VR. Is that what?
No, we've actually thought about that, and we had an internal discussion for a very long time if that's the route, because it's obviously a lot bigger market in the flat game. But we believe that that transition is going to shift and that VR will become that predominant market. So we're going to pre-plan and really establish ourselves as the leads there, so that when the time comes, we'll have enough of a moat that we'll be able to stay up top.
That's great thinking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a little rough if you guys, because like one of the things we talked about too is like, even if that wasn't the case, even if we could do a hybrid approach where like our games are VR and non-VR, you could play them either way. Like we're kind of, you know, putting all of our time and attention into VR games and figuring out how to make good VR games. That doesn't necessarily translate perfectly to non-VR games. So if we made a mistake in the non-VR version, that bigger market would flood in, buy the game, play it, and then maybe leave negative reviews because they're like, oh, it's, you know, they didn't account for this or that. And the VR version could be amazing because we're good at that. But, you know, you couldn't tell the difference because all the reviews are mixed in. And so, yeah, that's not necessarily a good idea. Yeah.
That's actually smart. That's really, really smart to be cognitive of that, because we were just talking about the Atari ET game that was released in 1980.
Oh, ET. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's a sad story. And I'm
that's
sure
my
daughter just sent me a text about it. I go, yeah, that was a true story. But how many titles does SINN Studios have released, or how many games do you guys have that are out
in the market?
I think there's only 3 at the moment that you can buy.
Yeah,
Swordsman.
But
we've developed 4.
There's Swordsman. There's a title, Warzone VR, The Perfect Sniper, and Wraith. The first 3 were definitely set the grounds for us to be able to develop Swordsman. We learned a lot in those 3. Not even just from the development side, but how do you market a game? What does that look like? What is that audience looking for? Publishing, correct? Building out our relationships with all the content creators. When you really look at it, it's like a very holistic workflow.
Ooh, Wraith is scary, man.
Oh, it was.
No thanks.
Sounds like my
a
scary guy.
Like, yo, we got into
scary
it.
Games. I like scary games.
We like scary games too.
Yeah, especially
we got a zombie mode.
I'd love to play one on VR, man. That seems like it'd be really cool. Like just completely like turning your head and seeing like a 360.
It's insane.
Way scarier. Yeah.
Oh, you got the Bible in there? No, thank you.
You know it's scary one.
It's called Wraith. No, paint. No, I'm good. I'm watching the trailer and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm a wuss. I know.
Put me on that list.
Yeah, you got you.
Right up my alley.
But was Swordsman was the only one? Was Swordsman the one that made the top 10? That's crazy.
Yeah, we got as
10
far as
most
top
downloaded?
3.
Yeah, we got
three?
first top 3. The only titles that were actually ahead of us were owned by Meta and Google, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So,
Beat Saber and Job Simulator. But those are like
Job
hard,
Simulator.
like those are like the flagship
Industry
VR,
staples,
you know, like everybody in the world knows them.
Sure.
So it was really crazy
Man.
to like just tip the.
And it's crazy how important Swordsman success was to us, because on launch day we actually had no more funds in the bank. We didn't have access to any more debt, and we had to actually wait a week to find out, because we used to get sales report once a week. So the launch happened and we didn't know for a week whether we were going to live as a company. So we worked that week.
Are we going to eat next week? I don't know.
Can we pay debt next week? Do I have to declare bankruptcy? So it was, it was
it's
a little
insane.
insane.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to go hit a commercial, and we will be right back.
Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
What does CBGB stand for?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
We have a band.
You're gonna want to crank it.
Not very country.
This club's gonna be different.
This band is Talking Heads.
We're the Ramones.
We're the Jet Boys.
Patti Smith Group.
Lou Reed.
I can't sleep on a mattress when bands are getting signed right and left. These kids have something to say. We really should listen.
Hey, we're back.
What's up? We're back from the gentleman from Sin Studio. We were
Studios.
just I took the break and I was still watching some more. I can't take my eyes off of the Wraith VR
I
trailer
gotta look that one up.
from as much as I hate scary stuff. I hate Halloween, by the way, but but no, good stuff, man. Really, top three of the 10 most downloaded games, is it, of a PlayStation
For
VR
Swordsman.
game?
Yeah.
For Swordsman, look at that. I don't know. I know why Wraith didn't make it, because it's too scary. No one wants to watch it.
Yeah, horror can be a little niche.
But getting back to the questions, right? So us being also in the video game space, but on the blockchain, right, and that whole space. But can you tell us about like your early efforts, like things that worked, didn't work, more importantly, where you failed, and where you failed, what did you learn from those, failures? If you failed, maybe you guys didn't fail, maybe you guys are great, and you just hit top 3 the first week. Right?
Shook his head.
We'll call them challenges instead of failures.
Yes.
Right. No, failures are important.
Yeah,
we
they're very
definitely
important.
failed
Learn.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we got started, like, we didn't know how to make games. My background in 3D stuff and animation, blah blah blah, didn't really help on that front. Like game design on its own is a very deep field, let alone then programming it efficiently. And then you got VR, where it's like it's super demanding on the hardware. You have to develop like you're in the 90s. Like it's just not gonna cut it. You can't just throw things together and then have it work.
Yeah.
So I mean, one, like we didn't know how to make games, and so figuring that out and making mistakes along the way, which is inevitable, that was one thing. But then also our focus was maybe too much on let's make a product, and we didn't really realize at first how political this was going to be, like dealing with publishers or platforms and trying to get in that way, and like when is what, like influencers and marketing, and marketing on its own is huge. Like how do you even get people's eyes on a game, and when? If you market a year after the game comes out, it's like too late. So those kind of mistakes were also made, and I'm sure Almir can speak on that because he's learned quite a bit on taking a game and then actually getting eyes on it, and making people want to try it, want to buy it, and so on. A lot of damage control. It's just there's so many facets to it, right? Like when people grow up, and especially ones that want to make games, like there's a lot of things they don't even know what they don't know, right? It's just such a deep industry that it's impossible to cover in this one podcast call. But I think it's probably safe to say we've made every mistake possible. But we're at a point now where like we take making VR games very seriously, and we focus a lot of our attention on like what makes a good VR game, specifically a VR game. And we can have some chats about blockchain and the future of the metaverse. There's some interesting things, intersections between like gaming and the blockchain and stuff like that. But probably a lot of mistakes to be made there too.
Yeah. Well, we've made some.
I only laugh because you did say something that kind of perked my ears up when you said you don't even know what you don't know, and that's a scary. That's
the thing.
Place to be, but it's also you learn.
And you mentioned blockchain. Are you thinking about that space or?
Yeah, it's hard not to. I mean, I think, like I said, our focus is on VR games themselves. I think it's kind of inevitable that sooner or later digital assets or digital currency is going to make its way into VR games, probably games in general.
I mean,
like Web3.
In essence, it's already in there when you think about like World of Warcraft money and stuff like that. That's all.
Right,
it's
exactly.
Essentially a cryptocurrency.
V-Bucks and whatever. Yeah,
for sure is.
Like we're starting to see, it's kind of interesting, like the shift of not per product, where it's like, oh, you have V-Bucks and Fortnite and this and that, but more platform. So like Meta, adding in, they're starting to add in clothing and accessories, like from real brands, and you can buy them with real money. But this is platform wide. So like on the entire Meta platform, you have access to this content, not just within one game. And then, these are the kinds of things I guess we're thinking about is like, what does it look like in 5-10 years? Is it centralized like what Meta's doing now? Can it be decentralized? How do platforms like Meta and Sony and so on benefit from a decentralized ecosystem? How do we, get in when it's not too early? Because like it's super easy to backfire. Yeah, what's up, Almir?
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna comment on. I mean, you raised a very good point. Why would these platforms want decentralization? I think there's an interesting point to be made with interoperability, that ensuring that if we're really building out a metaverse that is transferable, that we're not locked in with certain assets on one platform. I really do think that interoperability is going to set the basis of what the metaverse is going to be. And I've heard some great podcasts and referencing Matthew Ball and him believing that the metaverse, in order for it to be the metaverse as one, it has to be interoperable. So I think that's a very important thing to look out for as this builds out. Because right now we're talking about metaverses, and everyone's got their own metaverse. And it's kind of like feels like the early start of the internet with AOL. And I think we're going to switch over and have that main metaverse. I don't know. I have no idea what that's going to look like, but I think that's the right way to approach it.
Kind of like just like the main internet. Everybody's on it, but it is just one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
And
curious to see how
Something
that switch will happen.
our founder's been talking about that forever. The same thing. You know what I mean? He's been saying that since day one. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
It's a cool feeling though to see what's going to happen in the future.
It's coming.
It is.
It's happening.
It is, and it's weird because like when I feel like the internet was built around interoperability, that was almost the point of building it, that sharing aspect of it. And I feel like there's a little bit of the metaverse is being built slightly with the pursuit of profit I don't know how that's going to take. I do believe at the end of the day, we will end up in an interoperable metaverse, but it's definitely being built out a different way than the internet was for different purposes. So, I mean, I'd love to hear what y'all think, but that's kind of like my take on it.
It's pretty solid of what, like I said, it's pretty spot on with what gets bounced around with us too a lot. The same take.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Very much so.
You guys go on a deep dive with our team, man. It'll be deep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we're
Whenever you guys are ready for that
we're not the tech
conversation, let us
guys.
know.
We're not the tech guys, the three of us. The tech guys are.
Well, I'm not either.
Yeah. They don't. Those guys will talk your ear off about it. It's insane. You know, they got ideas up to a wazoo. You know what I mean? It's insane.
I remember seeing a quote from Tim Sweeney from Epic, and the quote was something along the lines like, "Should one company gain control of the metaverse, it would be more powerful than any state or any corporation. They'd be kind of like a god." So I could see why all these corporations are after that control. I mean, owning the metaverse would be the ultimate power, but
look at what's happening now.
Oh
Like
my
we have
God.
Meta, you know, setting the foundation for. You have a platform that's widely used. You have cheap hardware. You've got digital assets that you can buy and sell and so on. So they're kind of like the only ones really doing it at scale, right? So what's that going to look like later on when this massive switch has to happen to decentralizing? Even if you had multiple platforms like Meta and Sony and so on, they have their own kind of closed off ecosystems. Like the bigger they get, the more profit these platforms will independently make, and the harder it's going to be to kind of break those bubbles and merge everything together. Like, because we're not really at this point building it to be, you know, decentralized. Meta is very much focusing on its own ecosystem. But I mean, I'm hopeful because ultimately the decentralized approach is going to offer people the most value. Like I personally wouldn't want, you know, even if I had cool assets or value, digital value in any capacity, I wouldn't necessarily want it to be tied to a Meta account or any specific platform account.
Yeah.
Like if I get banned or something or you know, whatever, like do I just lose all my real world money? Like how does that work? And it's very, very tricky
Didn't
to
think
navigate
about
that.
I'm thinking more so like, I feel like whenever we talk about the metaverse, we're referencing like some sort of communication, some sort of game. But I remember rereading that like McKinsey, KPMG, they came out with a report and they expected the metaverse to be somewhere on the low end of like a $5 trillion a year industry to a $13 trillion industry. And the majority of that makeup came from industrial and enterprise. So there's a whole nother component to it that's going to take over in the next couple of years. And I'm interested to see how that will intersect with right now with what we're viewing it as, like this communication gaming space, and what that metaverse will look like. I think there's some interesting things to take place.
That's interesting. I haven't seen that one. I saw a city study that, study, but they were basically saying that by 2030, the Web3 addressable market will be $8 to $13 trillion. And it's like, where's all that money? It's not in hardware.
Yeah.
And it's not in premium software. So
and I always like I find these conversations where everyone's like, well, what's gonna be the currency? Everyone's fighting to be like, okay, well, who's gonna have the currency? But I think one of the important things is who's gonna control the pay rails? Because like right now, Apple controls a substantial amount. They're pretty closed off. So if someone can get that level of control on the metaverse that Apple has right now on their own marketplace, I mean, that's what you shouldn't be fighting for. I mean, if you're a corporation, that's what you should be fighting for if you're looking at it from a monetary gain. So there's just like a lot of inter battles that are happening from different kinds of control within the metaverse.
I'm wondering what kind of, like if you have Meta's metaverse and let's say Sony has a metaverse and Microsoft has a metaverse and they're all closed off, like what would, I don't know. I mean, hypothetically, what would the value difference be for say someone like Sony to have their own ecosystem versus all the platforms being decentralized and sharing an ecosystem? Like how much value does this decentralized system take away from Sony's cut versus them having their own closed off ecosystem? Like these kinds of questions are going to become very important internally for all of them, right? Like you can't really even predict necessarily what will happen.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Well, I think like also that's one of the reasons I think Meta has doubled down, because Meta was at the mercy to Apple in the hardware space, and still for a lot of other companies. And I think this new metaverse is a play a lot of them to create moats because they didn't have them right now. So I can see why Meta has been super focused on building out their space and maybe trying to build out the entire metaverse before Apple gets in there. And I mean, Apple's got stuff coming too, so that should be an interesting battle as well. But it'll only help grow it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
even if Apple has a closed off system, because Apple tends to do that. Even if they don't have gaming on there, like people will just VR in general, in our case, would blow up a lot harder. We'd get a lot more eyes on it.
True. Man.
A lot of questions. Though, like, there's a
of.
lot of unanswered questions there. Yeah, you guys are right. We don't know the future, so we just got to kind of wait and see.
Yeah,
I'll play that
100%.
game.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we played it. We played it in VR gaming. There's a lot of stuff that was unforeseen, and that you kind of just take it as it comes, and you gotta be willing to iterate at any given moment.
Right. You gotta
with a lot more stress. I mean, I don't know. We've been handling it for a while. That stress doesn't even feel like stress used to feel like. But I guess that's all that it comes with.
I have a question. What platforms can users find Swordsman on, or any of the Sin Studio games? What platforms are they available?
All of them, except for some of the Chinese headsets, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And all of them mean, all of them meaning PlayStation VR. We're currently on the Quest store via App Lab. We're on Steam. You can find us on their
Rift store.
Rift. Swordsman is $19.99 USD. We might have some sales coming up soon, so
there you go.
Nice. How many sales so far, guys? How many copies? 3 million.
Oh, I wish.
You wouldn't be talking to us right now.
No, we talking
No,
for
of
sure.
course we would.
Come on.
Definitely.
This is where the good chats happen.
It's important to note that we're currently prepping our launch for two of what are the biggest platforms currently. But Swordsman is over 154,000 copies sold on over 90 days.
That's not bad, man. That's really not
bad.
Good.
That's a good start.
So now we're even more excited to hit these bigger platforms because they really, like, Meta has, I think they're at 16 million units sold, and we haven't hit that. And we've got a user base there anticipating that launch. But yeah, we're in 90 different countries, 8 different languages. We've tried to go international.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, just to kind of expand on what Amr said, though, to clarify rather. So like a full Meta Quest launch, going from App Lab to the store at large, and also the PSVR 2, which is now coming in February. We're also going to be launching there as well.
Beautiful.
Really cool hardware.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's top of the line. I can't see how you could fail. I really can't. I can't. It's gonna be.
I want to start slicing off pirates' heads from
Swordsman.
Exactly. And I think it's important to note that Swordsman's a very good workout. Like, if you're in there battling for your life, and we have a new we've just inputted a new AI and the enemies have the new AI system that you can scale it to the point where the enemy could almost be undefeatable. So you'll have to really break out all your skills and be strategic, and that will take out a lot out of you. I mean, after like a 10-minute session in Swordsman, I'm pretty drained, and then the next morning I feel it in my whole body.
Wow.
It's a great workout as well.
That's awesome. That is so cool, though. That looks like a lot of fun. It really does.
Yeah.
Really get you guys to try it out.
Get
Yeah.
myself a VR.
That's pretty wild. Yeah.
We'll send those keys over if you're on the team that has a VR headset. We'll be sending them over.
You guys got any parting shouts outs or any parting words, or you want to shout yourselves out? Any?
Well, I mean, obviously, shout out to our team. We couldn't do what we do without them. Very, very talented people. We've got a lot of interesting and exciting things coming up. I can't talk about yet.
Of course.
But we'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah, and you can definitely find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're pretty much everywhere.
Discord.
With the handle
Oh
at
man,
Sin Studio, yeah.
you guys, can you guys picture Amir and Alec? What they're doing their little TikTok dances?
Yeah.
No, not like that.
You gotta see that. I mean, I might do one now just because you said it. So.
That'll
But
go
also,
viral.
thanks for having us, guys. I really
Oh,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys. No, absolutely. You guys are doing something really cool there. It's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Thank
I got to
you.
check out Wraith, though. That looks.
No,
If
that's
it's
for you.
scared of
man.
it's for me.
Yeah.
Armando's more comfortable with the PG-13.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like the dark.
Our sniper
dark
game is
evil
pretty
stuff.
light.
Armando likes the good stuff, the Backstreet Boys stuff.
Yeah, there. Give me the boy bands any day. But
I
thank you
can't
so
do horror
much.
either.
But Alec, Almir, thank you so much. Sin Studio. Check out the links in our description. Make sure you check out their socials as well. And hey, if you got a VR set and you don't know what to play, check them out. Definitely. Swordsman.
Appreciate
Hey,
it, guys.
top three.
Thank you.
Top three most
Appreciate it.
downloaded. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Cheers
Thanks,
to you
guys.
guys.
Thanks for having
coming on.
thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
you guys. Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
You guys.
Bye now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Boom. We're back. How you doing? Oh, look at that. What's that?
Look at that, man.
Hey, look
What's
who it
this?
is. We got
Look
Mr.
at
Nicholas
that,
with
man.
us. Nick,
What's
what are we
up,
looking
Matt?
at? What are we looking at, bro?
50.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
We're looking
man.
at $850.
What are we
Where we
looking
at?
at here? What is
Yeah,
that?
man. This is the Or wallet, bro.
Uh-oh.
This
Or
is,
while on
the
the
officially-
Android?
So this is the Android app.
Is it
Yeah.
Android version? Okay.
Super excited because we actually are over 300 downloads in the first week it's been up there.
Nice. Nice.
Ooh.
We're I think last time I looked we were at 339 downloads. So I'm pretty excited. Figured I wanted to jump on and
Yeah.
It's a great app. It's really smooth.
I'm super excited. You know, it's got a lot of features in it. It's super easy to use. You know, you can jump on, you can start yourself a new wallet. You can actually import any of your tokens, things like that. We support 32 different blockchains, all the EVM chains, things like that. But we've got some cool features that are in here too that I'm really excited about. We've got the NFT viewer that we've launched. So you can actually integrate your NFTs right into the wallet and actually see them, which is something that, you know, a lot of wallets out there don't have. They don't have the ability to actually, you know, look at your NFT. MetaMask doesn't have it, those types of things. But you can actually interact with it, right? I could actually transfer my NFTs to somebody and send them to them right in my wallet. I can see what they are. The other cool part is, what's that?
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Dude, I'm super stoked. You know, it's pretty cool. The other part is we've got the governance tokens integration. So for those DAO members out there, you can actually integrate your governance tokens and you'll get push notifications for governance votes and things like that in the app. It's kind of a sweet little add-on. So anybody out there that's looking for a cool new wallet to check out. The other part that's awesome is our dApps browser. The integrated dApps browser. Right here, you've got the ability to support all of your networks. You can switch through and you can change into it. We've got a bunch of different application providers that are up here. You know, you can get all of your, you know, favorite or apps right there up at the top. You can link up with all of the different chains, you know, and go and find some kind of a new app. And if you're looking to get your app loaded on our dApps, it's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. If you want to get your token listed into the wallet, same thing, totally free, doesn't cost you anything. It's ORSystem/join-dApps. So that's JOIN-dApps. ORSystem join dApps. Get yourself listed. Doesn't matter, doesn't cost anything. You want to get your token automatically populated. So one of the cool features about this is as we start to build, some more feature projects, everybody that we talk to that are launching their different projects, right? Any of the people that are working with us for launching their NFT marketplaces, their integrated bubble, smart contracts, any of that stuff, it all works directly with our OR wallet. So you can add your tokens in. So as you can see, we've got our OR token listed, Polygon on Polygon, or Medv on Polygon. Get your project in here. All you got to do, send us a message again, orsystem.com/join-dApps, and you'll get yourself up here. We also launched the ad server. So if you're looking to get your project in front of OR system or OR wallet users, ads.orsystem.com, ads.or-system.com, and you're able to actually go on and you can get access. You can get your project listed inside of our dApps. You can get access to any of the users out there. You can pick really kind of where you want to advertise your project, right, and hit the best markets. Super excited about a lot of this stuff. I don't want to give it all away because I want to save some goodies for next week.
Oh yeah.
Super excited about the new website.
Yes.
Super excited about all of the new stuff that's coming out. One of the most awesome features, and I'll show this. Let me go ahead and switch my wallet here. And if we go ahead and go over to our browser, our dApps browser, we can go to the Forge. And one of the cool features with the OR wallet, right, is OR Music. So we're going to be rolling out here an update for the OR Forge so that it'll support all the reactive resettings and everything. But one of the most awesome parts is you can actually stream your music content directly from the dApp there. And it's not playing because I have my sound turned down here as I'm broadcasting and sharing the phone in the same. But right here, yeah, you can actually play your music right in the browser there. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about all the different updates that are coming out. Yeah. So like I said, jump on Google. It's on the Google Play Store right now. We're the number one spot for OR. We're the number one spot for OR wallet. So you'll find us real easy.
Just search OR wallet.
That's right, man.
OR wallet, and you'll pop right up.
And then we've got ourselves submitted over to the Apple Store App Store.
Coming soon.
Yep, we'll be over there and we'll post up, and hopefully next week we'll announce that we're over there. So, anybody that wants to get we're all about building tools. We're all about building tools to support the community, just like the guys that were on before. It's about that interoperability. It's about that shared content. It's about that decentralization of all this stuff. And we're setting the ground level for all of those little things that all of those projects are going to need. And, as we grow, everything grows with it, whether that's the Forge and the NFTs, whether that's NFT music, whether that's the OR token, whether that's all of this stuff grows as we all grow with it. So just wanted to jump on, encourage everybody to go out, promote it, tell your friends about it, go ahead and get the OR wallet, Google Play Store right now.
Play Store.
Google, yeah. Hopefully, afterwards we can update the description and we can put the link down there so that you'll be able to click on it. And lots of cool other features in here. Obviously, night mode we've got on right now, so you can actually have it, the lighter version too if you choose. But cool features and stuff like that. I can nerd out about this stuff all night long, so I don't want to take away too much from the show, and I don't want to give away too much before next week. So thank you everybody for giving me the opportunity to jump on, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
I still remember when when you first brought it up about doing a podcast. I'm like, don't do it for a couple
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
For 8 weeks, what do you think? And bam, 1 year later, man.
Still
1
here.
year later.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy. So, all right, thank you. You guys are doing an awesome job. I really appreciate what you guys do for us, what you guys do for the community. Being out there and talking to, people that are interested in blockchain, people that are, doing cool things, from outer space guys to car guys to radon people. I mean, the last year has been pretty cool.
It's been,
it's been pretty. We thought this would just be like a joke, right? But then it became this whole ecosystem of like different companies almost every week. Well, I think we started inviting companies, right? Or
I think the original, I think the first idea I told Eric was go make Jackass, and this is what you ended up with, right, Eric?
Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah, it's funny, and it's pretty close to Jackass.
I mean, that's kind of where I was going. I'm kidding. No, you guys are doing an awesome job in everything that you guys do for us and helping out the community, keeping us out there in front of everybody for that last year, man. Ups, downs, lefts, rights. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for us, and I appreciate every one of you out there, the community.
Yes.
That's
millions
to the millions of the millions,
and
right?
Millions and billions of you.
Keep an eye on the Forge. There might be some cool new stuff coming out on the Forge over the next week here as we start to get into the 1 year. We've got the Aura wallet that's up on Google. It'll be, as soon as we get through the approval on Apple, it'll be available there as well. Bubbles. Anybody out there that's working on their project, right? One of the big things is building your communities, and I'm talking about more than just Facebook, more than just Twitter, more than just check out Bubbles. Or System Bubbles. We're launching a white label social media platform, real similar to Facebook. You guys can come on and try out the demos. We've got a couple of partnerships with LearnDash for LearnDash LMS integration. We've got event management integration. Some more cool features coming there too. And yeah, we've always got things that are evolving, things that are being added. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it all. So,
that was a lot of content.
I could go on for days, man.
Sure.
This is the extent of some, most of the human interaction that I get. So I got to come on here and I ramble like a 3-year-old.
I love it, man. This is where the rubber meets the road, as they say.
So yeah, go download. Keep checking out the website. Check out Forge. If you're looking at launching a project, reach out to us. We can help you, whether that's guidance, whether that's services, whether that's platforms, things like that. Come talk to us. We love talking to the community. We love talking to people that are doing cool stuff. It's all about interoperability, and that interoperability isn't necessarily just the technology. It's the people. It's everybody that's trying to do the cool stuff. So hit us up if you want to learn more. Check out the new websites. Check out the new store. Everything's new going into the year, baby. I'm pretty excited about this whole thing. So, thank you guys once again, and I'll let you guys close out the rest of the show. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Thanks for jumping on, boss.
All right, later, guys.
Talk to you.
See you later. Oh, all right.
Nick's still in there. Oh, there he goes. Boys.
This is exciting, man. So next week, 1 year, man.
1 year anniversary next week. Cannot wait.
I'm sure.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, we're 5 minutes over. I'm sure the union is trying to get us out of here.
5 minutes of overtime, man. They're not happy.
But thank you so much to the millions and billions out there. Again, every hour you spend with the Warrior Hour, we do appreciate it. It's been 52 plus hours with you guys through the weeks. But there is a lot of back end work or backstage work that does happen to make this show occur. So we've been out here for a long time, but definitely glad to be out here, and can't wait to do another 52 because we're still here. We're still here, man. We're still standing.
There we are.
I'm still standing.
Yeah.
Or still standing.
Yeah.
So to all y'all who think we were not going to be here, we're here every week.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Felicia.
Just keep watching.
She said, "Peace out. See you next week for
Take care.
The big
Peace out,
anniversary
guys.
show. Be good."
Introducing the Cool Wallet Pro, an enhanced hardware wallet the size of your credit card, yet packs the most sophisticated cold storage technology inside, giving you full control of your digital assets whenever, wherever you need it. Cool Wallet Pro connects offline to only your mobile device within a 10-meter distance, and requires you to physically confirm every transaction on your Cool Wallet Pro after checking transaction details for optimal security. Cool Wallet Pro is designed for the professional crypto user who needs more than just superior security in a hardware wallet. You can plug in directly to the world of DeFi, DEXs, and other dApps, allowing you to earn easy passive income from staking and DeFi on the best crypto blockchains. Through our extensive marketplace, you can trade, sell, and buy directly from trusted third parties, all within the Cool Wallet app. While staying anonymous, retaining data privacy, and avoiding trust risks. With Cool Wallet Pro, the key to your future is in your hands.